Welcome back to the North American LCS. Before we get into some more games, I've pulled Azael, the most well-respected top lane analyst in this room, to help me break down the NALCS field and weed out the studs and the duds. So as we look at this top 10 list here for the top laners in North American LCS, first I want to get your criteria. What did you use to create this list?
So basically what I'm looking at is current strength, like, of this summer split. You know, how are you playing right now? I'm not looking at history. I'm not looking at achievements, nothing like that. I just want to look at individual play. How well are these guys, you know, getting leads in lane? Are they able to translate that to leads and victories for their team? And I think that, you know, just looking across the board, there's some pretty off standings from where you would expect people to be from a year ago.
Well, exactly. Even from Spring Split is what I would say right on the outset. I mean, you're looking at our top two teams, and hey, their top laners are far down this list. We'll get to that in a moment. First, I want to look at Someday. I mean, we had a lot of discussion about him coming into Spring Split and how maybe he could be the best top laner in North America. Well, you have him rated there finally.
Yeah, I mean, I think Someday has been incredible. I think that, you know, the Korean imports in general that everyone was really hyped about, Someday, Flame, Looper, these guys coming in last split, it took them some time to actually, you know, get comfortable with their teams. One of the things that Dignitas has really been emphasizing is their communication, and I think that is really showing through this split. They've been taking a lot of English lessons. They're working so well with the team. Even last split, Someday had some of the most dominant laning stats as far as, you know, farm stats, as far as individual performances, but it's hard to translate that into victories when you're not able to communicate effectively with your team, and this split, they look like they're all on the same page.
Absolutely, where all three of them seem to be struggling to find their place last split. Now they found their way into the top four on your list. The one non-Korean in the top four would be Darshan. So what's the reasoning for putting him up there in number 2?
So Darshan, for me, this is a very different kind of player than Someday. Someday is extremely lane dominant. That's kind of how he gets his victories. He smashes his opponent 1v1. Darshan, even when he is able to do that, will take his lead and he translates that by helping the rest of the map. Really trying to look for the team play and the team victory rather than this more selfish play. Sometimes to his detriment, but oftentimes you'll see this guy, you know, down in CS, but he has a lot of kills. He's moved around the map. He makes big TP plays, and I think he works so well with the CLG team. And CLG at their very best to me was, you know, 2016 MSI, and Darshan is feeling like he's more back to that play style and more back to that kind of level.
Now, we've talked about some of the studs. Let's talk about some of the duds. You've got Ray down here, number 9. Important to note that you're ranking Ray, not Impact. So first, let's talk about that and then why he is where he is.
So Ray has played almost all the games. That's why I didn't think it was fair to really look at Impact. Impact has only played 2 games so far this season, so I left him off the list. Need some more time to judge that. And Ray, while I think he is a very good top laner, he's not shown it this split. You know, he got his chance to be kind of that full-time starter. He has really struggled. C9 as a whole has really struggled. And you can see, you know, even on his face after some of these games, how frustrated he is and how kind of disappointed he is with his own play, because this was really his biggest opportunity to shine when Impact was away.
And funnily enough, this is all in a meta which we would have believed would suit him as compared to the Spring Split meta. And another player who we would think be aided by this meta would be Zig. And yet here he is at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, and I actually think that both of these guys, you know, by the end of the split, perhaps will be back up, you know, around the top of the table. Zig, to me, has been someone who has been so impressive for so long as far as the improvement that he has had, you know, on carry top laners, being able to play tanks for the team as well. You know, it's interesting picks like Kled. But no matter what he has been playing, it has not been working. And this is, you know, obviously partly to do with the whole team. You know, P1 has just been abysmal, and their individual parts have looked abysmal. Like, he has not even been able to feel comfortable, it seems like, on Kled.
It's somewhat fitting that the first clip that comes up is Ray killing Zig. So it's the ninth place rated top laner.
Still better than somebody.
Exactly, that's my point. It's a perfect tie into the story. But you have faith that, of course, these standings could shift greatly throughout the course of the split.
I definitely think so. And you know, and one, I think a lot of people who their eyes are going to be drawn to Hauntzer. You know, Hauntzer to me was clearly the best top laner last split. TSM has had a rough start, and Hauntzer has not really shined the way that I'm expecting him to. I'm expecting a lot of these guys to make a trip up, and it'll be interesting, though, you know, did Flame, Looper, and Someday actually improve this much? Can they maintain their pace at the top of the table, or will some of the ones that we're more used to seeing, like, you know, Hauntzer and Impact, back at the top by the end of the split?
Is he right? Is he wrong? We want you at home to weigh in on the discussion. Tweet us at LOE Sports and share your favorite top laners with the hashtag NALCS. That's going to do it for us here. Now it's time to throw you back to the casters. Get back onto the Rift. Enjoy.